Stan with 3D PT. Recently, the Wall Street Journal just came out with an article about how Amazon customers are getting tracked down and persuaded or bribed under the table to change their reviews on Amazon for various products. This is hardly a new issue, especially within 3D printing. Filament companies, if you look on Amazon, there is just a ton of filament companies with 4.5 and 5-star reviews. Now, some of these companies are good, and they do have a good reputation among the people that use them. Other companies are just complete startups that have been doing a lot of shady dealings for their 5-star and 4.5-star reviews. So, as an example, a couple years ago, a company I'll leave unmentioned, which is a filament startup in Shenzhen, China, basically sent me a message to test their filament for them. And they have this deal where after I got it, they would actually reimburse me for it. So I still had to pay about, I think it was like $45 for for a kilogram spool of 1.75 PLA, plus the shipping. And I tested it, and unfortunately the filament was crap. Just the tolerances of it were bad. Like, you could actually feel spots where it was thin and just not well extruded. The print quality was exceedingly poor. And even after I called their tech support, did everything they recommended, the filament was just crap. But when I looked on their site, on their Amazon page, they had easily a 4.5, 4.75 rating. And within it, they also had a card that said, give us a 5-star review, send us a screenshot of it, and we'll reimburse you. And my understanding is it was either reimbursed for like the cost of the material or cost of shipping. Unfortunately, all these 3D filament companies that are starting up on Amazon are running a lot of under the table scams like this, where they're tricking the Amazon algorithm by getting all these positive 5-star reviews, but they're doing it by basically going off the Amazon site, which is against the term of service, contacting the sellers directly, and somehow persuading them to change any negative reviews or remove them. So, to kind of cover, if you're new to 3D printing, I've actually never trusted the Amazon scores for this reason, because unfortunately everyone who's trying to get ahead on Amazon is going outside of Amazon to go under the table and trick the Amazon algorithm. And so this Wall Street article, which I'll post the link to below, points out how customers are getting hunted down, harassed, or bribed, or having their purchase refunded, or any sort of other thing to get the reviews changed. Now, this is something Amazon is trying to fight, but unfortunately all these companies are basically just going off the Amazon site to do it. So I don't know how effective Amazon's going to be in the future. Now, what can you actually do? If you are a 3D printer and you are new to the hobby, I hate to say it, but don't trust Amazon reviews at all. You actually want to go outside of Amazon, and you want to go to the social media communities for either your printer or for the filament itself. So, like, you could go to the social media site for social media groups for Prusa, Lesbot, Eeyore, Creality, any of those printers. And if you just go through the social media for those groups, you can tell really quick if people get bad filament, they're going to dunk on it on social media off-site. because they know that the companies can't watch every single social media, and they can't always keep an eye on, oh, this user dunked in this group and this group, but not in this group. So go to social media instead. Go to those sites, those different communities for those printers. Look up, hey, for my printer, what filament seems to be working good? Which one produces the best results? Because a lot of printers will show off, hey, I did this great print with X brand filament. And if everyone seems to have a good experience with that, and those printers seem dialed in for that filament, go with that. Or printers will say, oh man, I got a spaghetti monster using this filament, or I get this bad quality, what did I do wrong? So go off-site from Amazon to actually review what filaments seem to work good. You can also contact those social groups and say, hey, I'm new to printing, what filament works good with this printer? So actually ask the communities for your printers. Don't go straight to the company website, because those, again, are policed up and monitored for, here's our filament at work for the best printer. Now, some filaments are better dialed and seems to work better with certain printers. A lot of knockoff brand filaments might actually work better with some brands like printers like Creality or Prusa, but might not work with something like Luzbots or MakerBots or anything like that. And so it does seem to be just a little bit of compatibility, a lot of compatibility. Now, some companies do actually run a big testing of the common brands of filaments on their printers to make sure they work and to develop the settings. So in that case, you could also go directly to the printer company and get their recommendations for filaments. And it's not always going to be the filaments that the companies sell, because some companies will sell filament brands because they have a deal with them, or that filament company is down the road from them. But that filament might not always work perfectly compared to actually some off-brands. So, when in doubt, avoid the Amazon reviews for 3D printing filament and go directly to the communities that service them. Because the people that actually use the filament and have slugged through it could actually be a better gauge of that filament's quality than anything the company or Amazon could ever provide you. If you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. And check the card above, and I'll have some other links for how to take care of filament. Thank you for watching.